Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Mano Vishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Mahyam Tadandi Swapadarthikam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nandinamani Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashadi Deshadari Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Bhaktivedanta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So in the 13th chapter, there are some 6 questions which Arjuna asked Krishna. No? There's only 35 slokas. We will finish the chapter today. And yes, what are the 6 questions? Easy to remember now? Short form.
Yes, Mataji. Prakriti, Purusha,
Yes.
Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnanam, and Gnayam.
So
Hare
2
Krishna.
P's, 2 J's, and 2 K's. Okay. Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Prakriti, Purusha, Jnana, and Gnaya. So now 27, no? We have to start. Yeah. 27 to 35 is Jnana Chakshus. That is the vision of knowledge. There are different type of Chakshus. Chakshus means what? Chakshusa.
Sight, eyes.
Eyes. So what are the different types of Chakshus we know?
Divine Chakshu.
Divine Chakshus, which Arjuna needed to see the universal form. Okay. Then
Dhritarashtra.
what else? Anybody else know? Any other Chakshus?
Sanjay has one.
Yeah, Sanjay also had got that divine Chakshus. That is divine.
Divine.
Then, which are any other Chakshus you know?
Atma Chakshu.
That is Jnana. What you said?
Atma Chakshu, Mataji.
Atma Chakshus. That is more of, that's like a Prema Chakshus in the sense, Prema Janacharita Bhakti Village. You should have the ointment of love to see the for Krishna's personal form, it is said. Okay. Then there is Jnana Chakshus, and also that is almost close like Shastra Chakshus in the sense seeing anything through the scriptures. And then Charma Chakshus. Charma Chakshus is just what we have, that is made up of Panchabhutas. And it's defective. The senses are defective. But Jnana Chakshus is the vision of knowledge. Okay, through the vision of knowledge. Like through Jnana Chakshus, we can understand the body, the soul is transmigrating from one form to another, right? We know that there's no called death as such. It's just Dehantara Prapti that is happening. That is through Jnana Chakshus. Unless you have knowledge about that, you can't know, you won't really know that's the transmigration that is happening. So in 27, the combination of Kshetra and Kshetrajna, that is, it's been mentioned. Actually, Kshetra is the field of activity, the body, and Kshetrajna is the knower of the body, that is the soul and the super soul. Now here it says, Yavat Sanjayate Kinchet Sattvam Sthavara Jangamam Kshetra Kshetrajna Samyoga Tadvitti Paratarshapa. A chief of Bharatas know that whatever you see in existence, both moving and non-moving, is only a combination of the field of activities and the knower of the field. So everything, like any entity, if you say moving, that is Jangamam, and non-moving, Stavara Jangama Teke Taramurti. So moving and non-moving things, okay, whatever it is in the material existence, it's actually a combination of what? Kshetra and Kshetrajna. Means there is a body, there is also the knower of the field, the soul or super soul. And if there is a non-moving things can be living.
Yes.
Yeah, like trees. They are not moving, but they are living. That means they have a soul as well as the super soul. The moment the soul leaves the body, what happens to the super soul? Soul left the body. Now what happens to the super soul?
Super soul
Also leaves.
Super soul also
Witnesses.
leaves. Super soul will not stay in that dead body. It leaves. Wherever the soul goes, the super soul follows. It's very, very the super soul as Krishna, as the Ksheradakshaya Vishnu is very, very merciful to us. Wherever, whichever body, we go to the body of a worm in the stool, still the super soul will come, the follow us. So the Lord as the controller of both, he is the superior nature, the Jiva, and the inferior nature, the Prakriti, puts them in motion. Okay. So Krishna is there as the Paramatma in everyone's heart, and he is the one who actually knows about everyone. Okay. And Samam Sarveshu Bhuteshu Dishtantam Parameshwaram Vinyasya Avinashyantam Yak Pashyati Sapashyati. So one who sees the super soul accompanying the individual soul in all the bodies and who understands that neither the soul nor the super soul within the destructive body is ever destroyed actually sees. Means the soul cannot be destroyed. In the second chapter, what did we learn? The properties of the soul. About the properties of the soul, what did we learn?
It cannot be destroyed.
cannot be
It cannot be
destroyed.
burned. It cannot be wet.
It cannot be wet, it cannot be burnt. Which is the sloka? Who knows?
Nainam Chindanti Shastrani.
Yes, very good. Can you recite? Yes.
Nainam Dati Shastrani, Nainam Dati Pavaka,
Yes.
Nasainam Japo, Nasu Shati Marika.
Arudha. So Nainam Chindandi Shastrani. So it cannot be cut with the sword, it cannot be burnt with fire, it cannot be wet with water. So the soul, because the soul is Sachidananda, it is 1 by 10,000 tip of the hair, Kesha Grishada Bhakasya, and the properties of the soul. So when somebody try to commit suicide by burning the body or whatever, they are actually destroying the body. It's not the soul getting destroyed. No? Does anyone know about Jada Bharat? Who's Jada Bharat? Jada
Yes,
Bharat.
Mataji.
Bharata.
The
Bharata.
dear body. After dear body, he got that Bharat Maharaj who got
So
Jada
when
Bharat.
and Jada Bharat became the Shiksha Guru of whom?
King Rahugana.
King
Hmm.
Rahuguna. Okay,
Rahugana.
so once this is from 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So as you all know, Bharat Maharaj became the son of Rishabhadev actually, and he got so attached to the deer, and he have done devotion service throughout his life. At the end of his life, he got attached to the deer, forgot Krishna, and became a deer. And like Ajamila, opposite of Ajamila. Now, what was the main reason why Bharat Maharaj became a deer?
Attachment towards the deer.
No, that was not the main.
Association he lost. He was away from association.
He didn't have association of devotees. Like he was in the forest, he left everything. And just imagine if you don't have association, you're doing something wrong or you're doing something which is not good for your Krishna consciousness. Nobody will stop you. But if you have a good friends association, they will say, no, this is wrong, and then come back to the original track. So you'll be back. So what happens? Association is very, very important. And then, yes, in the third life, he became Jada Bharat. And Jada Bharat was actually carrying King Rahuguna in the palanquin. Okay, so when he was carrying the King Rahuguna, what happened? Since Jada Bharat was a Brahmana, and he's a great Vaishnava, a great devotee, he didn't want to hurt the ants which was on the floor. So every moment, then and there, he'll see that there are ants on the ground. He tried to avoid the ants either by going slow or fast or skip them. So what happens when the palanquin is taken? All the four sides, this left, right, and all the front and back, all should go in the same space. Otherwise, what happens? It will start shaking. So the palanquin started shaking. And King Rahuguna got so angry on Jada Bharat, saying that, what are you doing? Like, actually, Shudras are supposed to carry the king. But King Rahuguna, being a Brahmana, being a pure devotee, he did the service, but then he got chastised by the king, and he was about to get punished also. But then, until then, Jada Bharat, as Jada Bharat, Bharat Maharaj was keeping quiet, but everybody thinking that he's not having much knowledge. But then he starts speaking. He starts giving translated by saying that we are not this body, we are spirit soul. And there he says that you can destroy my body, but not the soul. And the super soul, samam sarveshu bhudeshu, he is equally disposed towards all living entity. Samoham sarva bhudeshu, 9th chapter, 31st sloka. What is that? Samoham sarva bhudeshu, name dveshi nastina priya. ये भजन्ति तुमां भक्त्या मयि ते तेषु चापहम्. Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu. Krishna says he is equal to everyone. And he doesn't have any, what do you say, enemies or friends. Okay. And Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu Namedvesha Nastina. Yeva Jantuto Mam Bhaktya Maite Teshchapiham. If somebody does devotion to Krishna, then Krishna takes care of them. That's not partiality. It's natural love for the devotees. So the super soul is equally now disposed to even the demons as well as devotees. But he's residing in the heart of all the embodied beings. But as devotees, we know that this body is a temple. And that's why we keep it clean and we decorate the body with tilak in 12 places. Initially, when you come to Krishna consciousness, we are so reluctant to put the tilak. I still remember, I don't like to put these 2 marks, and I was feeling like, oh, what will others say? And people used to say, why did you put tilak on your nose? And it's flowing down, and so many comments. But then when I realized that these are the 2 lotus feet of Krishna, and that's a tulsi. And when I realized that when you have a tilak, the Yamadudas doesn't come near you. And so many glories of Gopi Chandan started wearing it. So what happened? It was only on the forehead we used to wear. Then we really came to there are 12 places or 13 places in the body where you're supposed to wear the tilak. Okay, Shavai Namam, Narayanam, Madhavai, all the mantras. And when you do that, it says as if you are constructing a temple for the Lord. So just imagine, immediately after your bath, you put tilak. At least Vaishnavas take bath twice or thrice in a day, and then you're building a temple 2-3 times for the Lord. So those who are not putting it, you can start practicing with near your Gopi Chandan. You can keep the mantras, the 12 places where the Vaishnava is supposed to wear. This happens just before your initiation, before shelter and diksha. You have to compulsorily wear, but nothing wrong in if you wear now itself. It's applicable for Matajis as well as Prabhujis. It's very important to have tilak in your body because you are actually protecting. The body is like a temple for the Lord, and we are actually keeping it clean. And here it says that he's indestructible, situated in the destructible body. The soul is indestructible, it cannot be destroyed, and the body can be destroyed, destructible body. Okay, neither the soul nor the super soul can be destroyed, but the body will be destroyed. So, but one who sees this actually say, so somebody who's in real knowledge, jnana chakshus. That's why it says, Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya. We are in Ajnana, we are in ignorance, thinking that we are this body. But the spiritual master comes with the torchlight of knowledge and gives us the actual knowledge, and we see things as they are. So that is called mature vision. That's Pandita Samadarshana, seeing everyone as equal, seeing that everyone has Paramatma in their heart. Samam Pashyanti Sarvatra Samavasthitamishvara Nahidasti Atmanatmanam Tato Yavi Param Gatim. So one who sees the super soul equally present everywhere in every living being does not degrade himself by his mind. Thus he approaches the transcendental destination. So somebody who sees super soul in everything, everyone, and he doesn't degrade. So what should we see? We should see the super soul in everyone. That is the Lord as Paramatma. Not only in human beings, but also in an animal also. So that's why there is a Mataji who eats non-veg and comes to temple for service. So even if we kept on saying that it's sin, you should not take it, they're not realizing it. They are killing an animal for their sense gratification, knowing that there is a super soul in that animal also. Right? So it is said, today I was reading, in that purport where I think the Bhagavatam 5th canto I was reading, where Jadabharat was jumping and going, skipping the ants. He don't want the ants to be crushed. So there in the purport, Prabhupada mentions, every living entity has a lifespan. The ant also have a lifespan. Whatever it is, 10 days, 20 days, so many months or whatever. But if you go and kill that ant, what are we doing?
Sin.
It's a sin, but what are we doing as per the lifespan as concerned?
We are killing it.
It will
We are
again have to
reducing it.
repeat its lifetime again.
yes, Harshni Mataji.
It has to again repeat from the beginning, from the same species.
It have not completed that life of the ant, and we are going and stopping it, And whatever karma, based on whatever karma that soul is in that ant body, we are artificially stopping it. So what happens again? It might be that ant might become a human being next life. We don't know based on the karma. But since we have gone and stopped it, again it has to take the birth of an ant. So we are actually degrading them. We're actually and also sin comes to our side. So there are so many ways we during the whole day, like we can't keep seeing there are ants, and there might be in the altar if there are a lot of ants. We're supposed to clean it because it's Krishna's temple. We have to clean it. So at that time, there might, when you do service, there might be knowingly or unknowingly it happens, mosquitoes, so many things. So knowingly or unknowingly, but purposely killing for sense gratification, like for eating, that is completely so much of sin. So here, at that time, Prabhupada says, like we are actually stopping that soul for transmigration. So now what happens? We go for degradation. So in proper knowledge, if you're seeing in proper knowledge, you do not degrade himself by pursuing selfish desire of the mind, but one approach the transcendental destination. In the perfect Prabhupada says, the living entity, by accepting this material existence, has become situated differently than in his spiritual existence. But if one understands that the Supreme Lord is situated as Paramatma manifestation in everywhere, and that is, if one can see the presence of the Supreme Personality of God in every living being, it does not degrade himself by a destructive mentality, and he therefore gradually advances to the spiritual world. The mind is generally addicted to sense gratificatory process, but when the mind turns to the super soul, one becomes advanced in spiritual understanding. So now we are, till now we were away from the super soul, but now we started turning towards the super soul. So that's a famous picture. Now, did anyone see? There's a man hanging from a tree, and there's an elephant going to uproot the tree. And there is a snake. Did anyone see that picture?
Yes, Mataji.
And still he's trying to lick me.
Is
Yes.
there anyone who didn't see that picture? No?
I didn't remember Mataji seeing.
A man hanging from tree, and there's snakes,
Called Sansar
there's
Darshan picture, Mataji.
elephant. There's all kind of what do you say? All kind of danger around him. No?
Yeah,
It-
Mataji, he will be licking that honey. That story.
yes, that one only. And on in middle of everything, he want to enjoy the life. So what does he do? He try to lick the honey that is coming from drip by drip, that is coming from that particular honeycomb. Like he's actually, what happens, he's hanging from a tree, and that tree has a honeycomb, like that.
Mataji, can you make me the co-host? I'll share that picture if you want.
Yeah, I got it. I'll just see. But it's just from some other site, but no problem. So you can just see if you can. Okay. So this is the picture I was just saying. Now, when you see this, okay, when you see this part, can you all see? The man is hanging.
Mataji.
Okay. So when he is hanging, now what is happening? Okay, he's hanging from the tree. Okay. Now that tree, where he's hanging, an elephant is trying to uproot that tree. So that means if he keep on hanging, then what happens? The elephant will uproot the tree and crush him because it's a mad elephant, whatever. And then I'm not able to see the below part. Okay. And down there is actually a snake. It's going to, so if he leave his hand and fall, then the snake will eat him. And on top, you can see a white and a black rat, which is again going to chew him up, his hands. And in middle of all these problems, what is he doing? He's trying to lick the drop of honey that is falling from the honeycomb. And what else is biting him around him? You can see, what are they?
The
honeybees. The honeybees are also biting him. Just imagine one honeybee, how painful it would be. And there's a lot of honeybees around him. And he's still trying to enjoy the small nectar he's getting from this material life. And then he's not bothered. The Lord himself have come in Garuda, and he's trying to show his hand. Just come to me. and then I'll save you from all these problems. So all these problems, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, all this Adhyatmika, Adibhaudika, Adidaivik kleshas are around us. And we are trying to take that small nectar which is coming from, not nectar, some so-called happiness from the material world, and not bothered about the Savior. He can be saved only through the Lord, by the Lord. No one else can save him in this situation. So this is our condition, or this is our situation actually, that we have all these and we are not bothered. The Lord is ready to help us through the spiritual master, through scriptures, through the holy name. He comes everywhere. Maybe not directly, but indirectly he comes, and we are not bothered to get out of this place of suffering. So this material world is actually for what? Why did the Lord create this material world?
It's a jail for us to enjoy.
No, he didn't. The enjoyment part is secondary. The main reason why the Lord created the material world.
Because we were envious of Lord.
Envious, yeah.
Yeah, that was the reason. But why we are sent here? Vijay Prabhu?
Hare
For
Krishna,
what?
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
No, could you just repeat the question? Why he created the material world?
Why? Yes, we had did some sin. We wanted to enjoy. We were envious of Krishna, and we are sent to the material world. But what is the main reason why we are sent here? Like the criminals are sent to the jail. What is the reason why they are sent to the jail? For what?
To break the law, they broke the law.
Yeah, so Giridhar Gopinath Prabhu says we should get attracted to Krishna's Leela and try to go back. So it's like a punishment, yes. So it's like for rectification, no? Like those who are put into the jail, they should repent for their mistakes so that they don't commit the mistake again. Similarly, we are sent to this material world so that we don't we repent for the mistake we have done, and we should get attracted to Krishna. In the sense, we should know the mistake which we have done, we should go back. So I still remember we were in Mayapur, and we were like around 3-4 days there, and we was like enjoying everyday Mangalarti, and all the devotees were dancing, and so nice it was. So I think it was our first Mayapur Yatra, yes. So, and that first Mayapur Yatra, I got initiated also. So that it was a special yatra for us. So we were all dancing and jumping, and it was the last day. We packed our bags, and Amrishra was like, "Yet we are going back." So we were like, "Oh, we are missing Radha Madhav now for a long." I mean, it's like we don't know when we are going to come back. So I had my friend, and we both were like, we had very nice. It was Mangalarti, the last Mangalarti of that yatra, and we are going back. To our place. So we all packed our bags, and this last Mangalarti. So we really danced, and we were into looking at Radha Madhav. We were fully into that. And so it was the curtains were about to close around 5 o'clock. Narsimarti is about to start. So we won't stay for Darshanarti because we have to leave. It's almost time for us to leave. So it's the last darshan, and we're just closing. So that friend started crying and crying. I'm like, what happened to you? We can come back again. No, it's Mayapur. You can come back again. Then she wiped the tears, and she's like, because especially the Ashtasakis. Now you see the last two Ashtasakis on this side, they'll be like doing side glance to Krishna. Radha Madhav. It's so beautiful to see. So she's like, Mataji, how can we as souls, or how can we be so jealous of this Radha Krishna? And how can we try to enjoy without him? And we have, and so she was giving a lot of realization. She was really repenting for the mistakes they have done. So that's what the material world is made for. That realization should come, that why did I leave the spiritual world and come here? This spiritual world is dukhalayam ashashvatam. Or the way you try to enjoy, thinking that I'll be happy with this, I'll be happy with that, I'll be happy. But then finally, this is not a happy place. It's dukhalayam ashashvatam. The moment you realize it, your spiritual life starts. No, spiritual life starts, and you get detached from all that. And then when you come, okay, sorry for that. So when you actually know that that we have done a mistake and we have come from this spiritual world and we have done a mistake. That's called rectification. That's what purification is happening. So that's why this material world is created. No? So this material world, all material activities are performed with body, and which is actually creation by Prakriti. So Prakriti alone can't do creation. Krishna decides which soul has to go to which mother's womb or which body the soul should take. Krishna sanctions the body, or Krishna is the one who decides. The material nature just provide the body. That's it. Okay. It looks like material world Prakriti is independent. No. Does anyone know the nipples on the neck of a goat? What is that? Nipples on a goat's head. Neck, sorry. Nipples on a goat's head, neck. Never heard about it?
No, Mataji.
Nobody heard?
That's much I heard, I forgot.
Yeah, it's like a false nipples. There are nipples on the goat's hair, neck, and you think you get milk from that. No, you will not get milk from it. It's like a false nipples. Similarly, you look like the Prakriti is independent. Oh, material nature is creating the bodies. She's not independent. She's given, she's doing it under the supervision of Krishna. You think Lord Ganesha can remove all the obstacles. You think Goddess Lakshmi can give you a lot of money. Or different goddesses are doing different things. Indra can give rain. But they are getting the power from Krishna. Brahma is doing creation. It's a secondary creation. Krishna is empowering Brahma to do creation. So it's everything is coming from the Lord. So it looks like that's why Krishna, what is Krishna's another name? Because he's independent. That's from Bhagavatam, first canto, first chapter, verse number 1. Yes, Upasana Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Mataji, Swarat.
Very good. Swarat. Janmadhyasya yatonvayat itarataschaarteshabhijñaswarat. तेने ब्रह्म हृदय आदि कवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरया तेजो वारिमृतां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि. So 1.1.1, the first canto, first chapter, verse number 1. When you finish Bhakti Shastri, go to Bhakti Vaibhav, you have to memorize these slokas, Bhagavatam. So it might look so big verses. So that's why get used to Bhagavad Gita verses, get used to Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti Rasamasando and Upadeshamrita verses, then Bhagavatam becomes easy for you. Go step by step, okay? So don't neglect the verses. It will help us. Not in this life as Gajendra, he memorized the verses as Indradumna Maharaj, and Gajendra remembered the verses in the next life. Similarly, when we are in danger in some other life, we might remember the slokas we actually learned. One senior Vaishnava was saying. So it might can happen. So in the 30th sloka, it's saying about the Prakriti as the doer. Prakriti vacha karmani kriyamanani sarvashaha yapashyati tatatmanam akartaram sapashyati. One who can see that all activities are performed by the body, which is created of the material nature, and see that the self does nothing, actually sees. Actually, we are not the doer. We are what? Nimitta matram bhavasavvisarjin. We are just an instrument. Arjuna said that to Krishna. We are instrument in Krishna's hand. Okay, Jiva is a non-doer. Prakriti is the doer. What is the relation between Prakriti, Purusha, that is Krishna, and soul, Jiva? Is there any connection? Discuss that. Some chapter it comes, the connection. Okay, is there any connection between Prakriti, Purusha, and the soul? Or the soul, super soul, and the material nature? Is there any connection?
Mataji, the soul desire.
Yes,
The
very
Lord
good.
commands and
Sanctions
then
it.
So sanctions.
And the material nature
provides.
carries it out. So yes, so this is the connection. So soul desires, yes, unless you desire, things will not happen. The soul has to desire first. The soul desire, and just desire will not happen. The super soul has to sanction it. The super soul sanctions it, and the material nature carries it out. So if the super soul doesn't sanction, that's why we say, if Krishna willing, let that happen. Okay. Whenever you ask something to Krishna, Krishna, please let that happen. No, if Krishna willing, then that should be there. Okay, so now in the purport proper says, in the material conception of life, we find, okay, not that, that is 31. So in 30, it is said, yes, the self does nothing, and one who actually sees, sees. Yata Buddha Pratadbhavam Egastamanu Pashyati Tata Eva Cha Vistaram Brahma Sampadyate Tata. When a sensible man ceases to see different identities rooted from the body, and he sees how beings are expanded everywhere, he attains to the Brahman conception. So the material vision is to see separate identities due to different material bodies. But the mature vision is to see how beings of same spiritual nature, souls, are expanded everywhere. By such vision, one attains to the Brahman platform. So in the material conception, we find somebody is a demigod, somebody is a human being, somebody is a dog or a cat. That is material vision. That's not actual. We are thinking the body. But this material differentiation is due to the material conception of life. After the destruction of the material body, the spirit soul is one. The spirit soul, due to the contact with material nature, gets different type of body. Karanam gunasanga asya. So why we are getting different bodies? Because of the different type of mode of material nature we are associating. And one can see this, he actually attains a spiritual vision. And karmana devanitrana, because of our karma, because of the thoughts we have at the time of death, because of the modes of material nature we are associating with, we get the different body. Since we are in Krishna consciousness, what is guaranteed for next life?
A human.
Yeah, human being. And what type of human being?
We get the life in the Vaishnavas family.
Vaishnava family, Shruchinam Srimadam Gehe, might be a rich aristocratic family, a Brahmana family, a Vaishnava family, a devotee family, where we can continue our devotional services, devotional life. So it's never a loss. Salpam apesa dharmasya traide mahado bhaya. It will save us from great dangers of degrading to animal form of life. Whatever sin we have done, no, Krishna will nullify it. Okay, we might have to suffer more, but Krishna makes it very less for us. So the soul is a non-doer and is not entangled actually. 32 to 35 says that Yada sarva gadam sukshmyat akasham nopalipyate sarvatra vastito dehe tatatma nopalipyate. The sky, due to its subtle nature, does not mix with anything, although it's all pervading. Similarly, the soul situated in Brahman vision does not mix with the body, though situated in that body. So there's an analogy mentioned there, like an air. Air will carry aroma. Okay. If the air is going through the toilet sites, the washroom areas, it will have a bad smell. If it's going through a garden, it might have a good smell. If it's coming through the kitchen area with a nice palatable dishes are made, that have another smell. So, but then is the air having that smell attached to the smell? No. The air takes one smell, leaves it, takes another smell, leaves it. Similarly, the body, the soul takes a body, leaves it, takes another body, leaves it, doesn't get attached. The air enters into water, mud, stool, wherever it is, till it does not mix with anything. Similarly, the living entity, even though situated in varieties of bodies, aloof from those. Okay, it's not mixing. Because the soul is eternal, changeless, and nevertheless, because of being in the material body, does the soul combine with it and gets contaminated by its qualities. So there are two analogies. One is the soul does not mix with matter. The soul situated in Brahman vision stays aloof. Okay, like the sky, it doesn't mix with the subtle nature. The soul eliminates the entire body by consciousness, like the sun eliminates the whole universe. And those who see with the eyes of knowledge can see the difference between body and the knower of the body, the soul. And also can understand the process of liberation from the bondage and material nature and attain to the spiritual goal, supreme goal. So the main teaching of Bhagavad Gita is what? We are not this body, we are spirit souls. To understand the difference between matter and spirit, that is real knowledge actually. Kshetra kshetrajñyo revam antaram jnana chakshusha bhuda prakriti moksham cha ye viduryanti te param. It's very important. Those who see with the eyes of knowledge the difference between the body and the knower of the body can also understand the process of liberation from bondage in the material nature and to the supreme goal. So here in the purport Prabhupada says that one should know the distinction between body, the owner of the body, and the super soul. And once you know this, you get into the process of liberation. So a faithful person should have good association of devotees to understand that. And in Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna instructs Arjuna to see this. So the body is made up of Panchabhutas, earth, water, fire, air, ether. And also, you know, the 24 elements in the material world. It's called the Mahatattva. And there is a soul the soul. Which is the subtle body? Subtle body is made up of
Mind, intelligence,
Mind,
and
intellect, false ego.
mind,
false ego.
intelligence, and false ego. So does that subtle body also go to along with the soul to the another body when they transmigrate at the time of death?
It goes with the soul, no, Mataji?
It goes with the soul. That's why some impressions in the mind, you've seen these phobias. Some are scared of darkness, some are scared of heights, and whatever, all the phobias. These are all coming from the impressions in the mind from previous janmas, it might be. From previous life, I've heard that when you do, there's some kind of a therapy they do, and to know about the phobia. So they come to know that in past life, that girl had a phobia of crow. The crow had come and bit her or something on the neck, on the head. So this life, whenever she sees the crow flying, she just run inside the house or something. There's a kind of a phobia that's actually coming from the impression in the mind. And sometimes you see the birthmarks. Sometimes somebody had died because of a gunshot, and the next life the birthmarks comes. And that's also an impression that's carried from the mind. There's so many things which we can't understand. It's from the mind, the impressions coming from the mind. So mind, intelligence, and false ego. So this intelligence, the spiritual intelligence should come. Materials we will forget. We might forget somebody would have been a great engineer in previous life. But the next life, he will forget all what he have materially learned as an engineer. But the spiritual intelligence will remain. Spiritual, just have to brush it up and take. It's already there. Like the child can already walk. It has an innate ability in it to walk. But just the parents have to just encourage the child to walk. So similarly, a devotee from previous life already know many things. Just you have to create a situation around them in such a way that it comes out. The soul doesn't mix with matter. The soul is completely different, and it eliminates the whole body by consciousness. That's very important. Once the moment the soul leaves the body, the consciousness also leaves. That means it becomes a dead body that's unconscious. So in chapter 13, we have almost reached the end of this chapter 13. And here in the purport, Prabhupada says we should know the distinction between the body and the owner of the body, that soul, and super soul. One should recognize the process of liberation so that we can go to our supreme destination. Because this material world is working by the conjunction of the soul and the 24 elements in the material nature. And one who can see the constitution of the whole material manifestation as a combination of the soul and material elements can also see the situation of the super soul, becomes eligible for transfer to the spiritual world. These things are meant for contemplation and for realization. And one should have a complete understanding of this chapter with the help of the spiritual master. Now, Arjuna have asked 6 questions. Now, all the 6 questions are not answered here. Might be Kshetra, Kshetrajna is answered, Prakriti is answered, Purusha is not answered. That's why the 15th chapter will be Purushottama Yoga. That is the Purusha component will be explained. And Prakriti is not completely explained. That's why the next chapter, the 3 modes of material nature, is only about Prakriti. We'll be studying about Sattva, Rajas, Tamo Guna, the Shuddha Sattva Guna. So Arjuna asked 6 questions, but all the 6 questions are not answered in chapter 13. We'll continue with chapter 14, 15 to answer all those questions. So chapter 14 is about the 3 modes of material nature. So I'm requesting all of you to read and come chapter 14 so that it's going to be easy for us to discuss. Otherwise, it takes a lot of time for discussion. Okay, so I'll start chapter 14 next week. I have time. But then I thought I'll wrap up with this with discussion. Any discussion, anything to be cleared in chapter 13?
Yes, Mataji. I have a doubt, Mataji.
Yeah.
So basically, Mataji, does the soul have that power not to leave the body sometime?
There is something called near-death experience, out-of-body experience. Yes, the soul can just go out and come, or the soul can just wait for some time. But the moment the super soul tells it to leave, it has to leave. Or the moment the lifespan ends, it has to go. It can't just stay. But if it's a devotee, it says, Krishna, expand the lifespan of a devotee. For a devotee, because the devotee uses his lifespan to do devotional service, no? So Krishna has the power. We can't do it. There is something called some Siddhi, Siddha, by Yoga Siddha, Siddhi, they can have this Icha Mrityu, they can leave the soul from the body whenever they like, or they can, through some pranayam and techniques, they can make the soul come through to the top of the head and make it leave. Or it can, but it all need a lot of yogic practice, Mataji, Siddha. It's not easy for a conditioned soul to do that. But it all depends on the super soul. When Krishna says it's time, because along with our birthday, the expiry date is also coming, na? Everyone's. It's all
Yes,
written
yes.
when we have to go back. But Krishna can change the destiny, it is said. If somebody had to die in an accident, have an early death, but if it was a devotee, it says Krishna actually expands the life of the devotee, so that more and more services can be done by the devotee. But some devotees, pure devotees, have Icha Mrityu. They can leave the body whenever they like. They have that power to do it. But as you said, your question was, can the soul leave the body or stop leaving, no?
Yeah, even
Uh,
can it, does it have that power, Mataji, not to
the soul doesn't
leave?
have its power. The
No,
super
no.
soul has the power. Super soul can do it. Actually, the soul means there is a Pancha Vayus, the air, okay,
Even
Prana,
though
Apana, Vayu. There are 5 Vayus or air which leaves the body. So based on that, see, when a person die or a patient die in a hospital, you don't, is like, just you saw there is no heartbeat, there is no pulse, that pupils have dilated and all that, no reactions, nothing, and you don't directly go and announce, declare he's dead, no. You wait for half an hour, 45 minutes or 1 hour to declare to the relatives. That you've seen in films and all, it happens. Maybe
yes,
in real life
Mataji,
also it has happened.
yeah,
If somebody is
yes.
declared dead and from the mortuary they gets up, or from the place of cremation, no? There also I heard like somebody got up and went. Why? Because there are 5 kinds of air. It leaves one by one. It doesn't leave all of a sudden. So it's not like the soul left and came. There's something called near death experience, out of body experience, where the soul can actually come out and go inside again. So that's very, very rare cases. But yes, somebody in an hospital theater was given general anesthesia. Just imagine, general anesthesia means you won't even know what's happening. But he knew everything what happened in the theater. And all were shocked. The anesthetists were shocked. How did he know what was happening? Because he just came out and came inside like that. Or were drowning, somebody was drowning or had an accident and you had near-death experience. It's all showing that the soul just comes out and go. This happened in Akasura's Leela. Who was Akasur? Anyone remembers Akasur? Who was Akasur in Krishna's perspective?
The
Big snake,
bird.
Mother.
Yeah, the big snake. Okay.
Serpent.
So when Akasura is that big snake. So when Krishna actually killed Akasura, what happened? Krishna was where when he killed Akasura?
Inside the mouth.
Inside the snake.
Inside
So
of his
yeah, Krishna was inside Akasura's body. All the cowherd boys, they all were
Our boys went inside.
inside. And they were going so jolly. They were so happy to go inside Krishna, the snake's mouth. Why?
They thought it's a slide.
They thought it's a slide, and they also thought it's kind of a cave. It's a cave and where they can play. Because Agasura's lower lip touched the earth and the upper lip went to the sky and was like a cave. And they were so happy and they thought the tongue is like a soft bed and they were like a slide and they were just going inside, knowing that Krishna will definitely protect them. Avashya Rakshabe Krishna. Krishna will definitely protect. Okay. Then so that was Akasura's mouth. No. So when Akasura died, Krishna was inside Akasura's body. So Krishna was inside Akasura's body. Now, when Krishna was inside Akasura's body and Akasura's soul went outside, now what to do? What mukti they get? The demons. What kind of mukti do they get normally?
Divine.
Sayuja Mukti.
What mukti they get?
Sayuja.
Sayuja. That means merging into the Brahman, right? Brahmajyoti. Now, when where did it go? When Akasura died, Krishna was inside Akasura. So Akasura's soul came out. Okay. So this is how the cowherd boys went inside, happily saying that Krishna will protect whatever happens. Even though some of them had a doubt, it's not a cave. We never saw this cave. But they were so happy. And Krishna knew what was happening. But they were happy because they know whatever happens, Krishna will definitely protect. No, that was the innocence that the pure bhakti of the cowherd boys were having. So, and when the moment, and Akasura kept waiting, even all the cowherd boys entered, still Akasura was not satisfied. He wanted Krishna. And when Krishna entered, Akasura just closed his mouth and started twisting and turning the body and trying to digest. But then Krishna, with his fist, broke open Akasura's body and came out. But then Krishna came last because he put all the cowherd boys first outside. So at that time, Akasura's soul was waiting outside for merging into Brahman effulgence. But the Brahman effulgence was where that time? Akasura's soul wanted to merge with the Brahman for Sayuja Bhakti. But where was Brahman effulgence that time?
Within the body.
Inside the body of Akasura, no. Brahman effulgence is nothing but the effulgence coming from Krishna's body. And Krishna himself was inside Akasura's body. Now, Akasura's soul was waiting outside and he could not merge like Shishupal and all the demons. Krishna, they just went and merged in Krishna's effulgence. But Akasura could not merge. Akasura was outside. And when Krishna came out, then Akasura got Sarupya Mukti because that soul actually saw the form of the Lord and he got Sarupya Mukti, even Vimukti, in the sense he got the form, the 400 form in Vaikuntha form, the form. That's possible only for a devotee. But why did Akasura, being a demon, get that 400 form? One was this reason.
What is that mukti? Is it
Sarupya. Rupa means form. So Sarupya. There are 5 kinds of mukti. One is Sayuja, that is merging in effulgence. Then Sarupya, the same form as the Lord. Samibhya, being in close association with the Lord. Salokya, in the same planet as the Lord. And Shastri, that's having same opulence as the Lord. And also Akasura not even got a Sarupya, he got Vimukti. Vimukti means special type of mukti where there is prema bhakti he got. But what's the reason? So Prabhupada mentioned. Yes, Mansi.
Because Agasura did not eating completely to the cowhead boys.
The Asura did not?
Eaten completely cowhead boys.
No, all the cowherd boys have died actually. They died. Krishna, by his glance, made them come back to life. Yeah. Pasana Mataji had answer. You know the answer?
Hare Krishna Mataji, maybe Lord has touched his body.
That's one thing. Very good. Yes, that is one thing. That Lord has personally touched the body of Akasura. He got purified of all the sins. Yes. And that is one thing. So Prabhupada mentions in the 10th canto it comes, he says, what happened there? Akasura is the brother of? Is the brother of?
Bakasura.
Bakasur, that is the big bird, and?
Putana.
Putana, very good. Putana's another name is? Bhakti. Because she's the sister of Bakasur. So Bakasur, Akasur, and Putana, they are all brothers and sisters. Now, Bakasur died, Putana also died. Putana got the position of milk, that is of the mother, because she gave milk. That is different. But then Akasur had so much grudge on Krishna. Oh, you killed my brother and sister, and now what I'll do? I'll kill you, and I will offer sesame seed and water to you. It's like a pinda, in the sense it's like offering for the ancestors. No, they do this. The till and sesame seed, till and water. So Akasur mentally, at least once, he thought of Krishna, doing some service to Krishna. Because of that thought Krishna grasped, and Krishna made him, gave him Sarupya Mukti, which was like, when I read, I was feeling so amazed. I was thinking, wow, how no Akasura getting a Mukti. I've read this past time so many times, and I thought I'm just reading because I wanted to read. But then when I got in the purport, when Prabhupada mentioned this, I got struck. Like, wow, how details Prabhupada gave. Because of that one thought of thinking to do some service to Krishna mentally. It says in Kali Yuga, whatever sin you do mentally, or mentally I want to rob a bank, or mentally, mentally whatever sin you do, it's not counted. But mentally you do punya, or I want to build a big temple for Krishna, I want to do that, this mentally you're doing it, Manasa Puja, it is said, that's counted. That's why in mentally you can do whatever offering you want. Vasudeva did mental offering, no? When Krishna appeared, Krishna was born in the jail. Vasudeva gave thousands and thousands of cows and gold and jewelries to everyone in mentally, because he was in the jail. He could not give it in his but it said it's an offense also if you can actually give and mentally you give. That is different. Like there was a story, somebody was giving a kheer to Krishna every day. And he was conjuice. He was so miser. He was a big businessman, but he's so conjuice. But mentally he can do, whatever he wants. So mentally he was going to the shop, getting milk and boiling the rice and putting sugar and ghee and all that. And then what happened? Mentally he's doing. So he put everything in the right amount. But one day what happened when he was mentally doing it, he added more sugar, more sugar, more sugar. And then what happened after that, he realized that because the Lord is, the deity of the Lord started getting, there were ants around the deities, telling that, oh, there are like some sugar droplets because more sugar is added. But mentally it was done. But then Krishna actually takes it, even mental offering. The Brahmana who burnt his hand, offering kheer mentally, and then wanted to check whether it's cool to offer to the Lord, and his hand actually burnt because he was Manasa Puja was accepted by the Lord. Okay. So this is one example to show how soul has to wait for the super soul. The soul can't just take its own action. It has to wait for the super soul's permission or sanctioning. Super soul decides. Rake Krishna Marake, Mara Krishna Rakeke. Like if Krishna wants, nobody can kill that person. If Krishna protects a person, nobody can kill that person. If Krishna kills the person, nobody can save that person. So it's Krishna who decides. But for devotees, it is said, whatever our lifespan was supposed to be, Krishna expanded the lifespan so that he can do more devotional services. One of my friend had cancer, and she came to Krishna consciousness. Till then, as a part of the therapy, she was feeling so depressed and dull because she had 2 young children to take care, and husband was young. It was not easy because if they know that they're going to leave at any time, all the anxiety comes. But when she came to Krishna consciousness and during the online time and started chanting, her husband was so happy. He called and said, I'm so happy she's in Krishna consciousness. She's chanting. She's more peaceful and everything. So she started praying to Lord Narasimha that whatever my lifespan is, it's supposed to be short, but please extend it so that I can do more japa, can do more service to you. I want to read and understand more about Krishna consciousness. And she's becoming healthier and healthier day by day, and everybody's like amazed the way she could overcome the disease. So it's the Lord who actually expand. Kalosmi, Krishna says, he's the time he can actually expand our lifespan, but provided we have the sincere desire to do devotional service, not for just sense gratification. So Krishna, sometimes devotees doesn't even see the horoscope. Because in horoscope, it's about the stars and everything, the grahas, they're all under Krishna. Krishna is above. So one devotee, when he went to the astrologist, what can I say? He's a Krishna devotee. He has Krishna mantra with him. I can't say anything about this person because his full karma is controlled by Krishna. He can change the karma. Krishna is above all the karma. So need not worry because everything is under control. And whatever Krishna have decided, when times come, we have to go. We can't just, but then Prabhupada have taught us everything, how to, and it says, if we can't remember Krishna, aham smarami mat bhakta, Krishna says, he will remember us. So we should try to chant as much as possible and associate with devotees and study Shastras as much as we can. Because life is short, but then this Krishna consciousness, it's very, very rare. And we got it in this life. Don't waste it. try to chant more and more, become more Krishna conscious. As Prabhupada says, give this one life to Krishna. Like, in the sense, completely get into devotional service. Minal Mataji, Hare Krishna, but never compromise the responsibilities. That's what always they say. Yes, Minal Mataji? Hare Krishna.
Mataji, last time you told a story, it was very beautiful. This thing, food time they come, right? What you told last time,
Ah,
the demons.
yes.
But Mataji, that time is also transcendental only, no, Mataji, for the devotees. I didn't,
No,
a
see,
little
for
bit,
what
I
happens
didn't
in
understand.
Vrindavan, in Vrindavan, the Gopas can have Krishna only during the day, and the Gopis have during the night. So for that, there is no moon and sun in the spiritual world. What is that? What is that sloka? Na shashango na pavaka.
न तद् भाष्यते सूर्यो
Nadat bhashayate suryo na shashango na pavaka. Yat katvara nivatante taddama paramam. There's no sun, there's no moon, there's no electricity in the spiritual world. No sun and moon, because sun and moon are Krishna's eyes. And Krishna's effulgence is there. It's always day. There's no night as such, or there's no darkness in spiritual world. But for the pastime purpose, it happens that the Gopas get the because if there is no person, how is Yashodamaya waking up Krishna? How is Krishna put into sleep? He never sleeps. He's in yoga. He's always 24 hours transcendental. There's no hunger, thirst in the spiritual world. But for pastime purpose, Krishna steals butter, act as if he's eating, because the Valsalya ras should not get disturbed. Because if a child doesn't get hungry, then how does a mother shows the love and care? So in the spiritual world, just for the pastime purpose, there is a sun rising so that the Gopas enjoy with Krishna, and there is noon, there is evening, the sun sets, and the moon comes, the Gopis. In the evening, there is Rasalila, where the Gopis get to have pastime with Krishna. So it's all transcendental, Mataji. It's not, we can't question it. It's all Krishna's pastime. That's it. We can't say it this time. That there's no time limit, actually. There's no time in the spiritual world as such. It's eternal. But for the pastime purpose, these things happens. Just for the pastime. It says the Gopas, they pray to the sun, please rise early, so that we can spend more time with Krishna. And the same time, Gopis pray to the moon, like please, they said, even they pray to the sun, saying that please set fast so that we can have the leelas with the Lord. But there was one time where both the Gopas and Gopis had Krishna 24 hours. When was that?
Leela.
Huh?
Govardhan Leela.
Yeah, Govardhan Leela. For 7 days and night, Krishna was lifting Govardhan hill, and for 7 days and night, both Gopas and Gopis, they could enjoy with Krishna dancing, and Krishna was playing the flute, and Indra was doing his job of putting thunderbolts and all. But then for 7 days and night, all of them had Krishna's presence and the pastime. So it's just pastime purpose, nothing else. Okay, so just for pastime, all that happens in Vrindavan. It's transcendental. It's just for the Leela. Because the rasa should not get disturbed. Krishna want to be like a small child who is completely dependent on his mother. There is no hunger, thirst in the spiritual world, but Krishna acts as if he is very hungry so that the mother feeds him. Now all that happens in the spiritual world. So it's just for the rasa, for the pastime. It's a sweet pastime of Krishna. It happens in the spiritual world. Okay. So why are we talking about all these leelas? So that we get attracted to these leela and these, like for example, now when you go to abroad or wherever, they give you a glimpse, a trailer, like this is what about the place, and you get so attracted to the place. Similarly, you speak so much about the pastime. That means these are all happening in Goloka. It's still happening. It's going on and on and on. So we can also, once we are liberated, we can also go back to that leela. We were all there, but somehow we fell down. Now we should try to go back. Prabhupada says, you are in a well. Now don't think how you fell. Try to get out of the well. Fallen, it's fine. But then how to get attracted to the leelas. Krishna have done these leelas to give pleasure to the devotees and to attract the jivas back to home, back to Godhead. Okay. So each one of us might be having an eternal position in the spiritual world. We don't realize it because we are not in that stage yet. Once you are in the Mahabhava stage or Prema stage, you realize what was my eternal position with the Lord. So, and then what is my Swarupa? And it depends what we wear. Even a grass in Vrindavan is glorious. Everyone can speak in Vrindavan. Every step is a dance. Every word is a song, it says. Okay, I think Hare Krishna, we can stop here. Okay.
Mataji, I wanted to ask this small question, Mataji. Like, as you were saying that astrologers cannot predict Krishna devotees' future. There are also many things like manifestations, affirmations, which people do. They write their wishes in the book, and they attract all positive energy from the universe. Is it applicable for devotees, Mataji, those things?
It depends. See, it depends on
Like
your
that.
faith on the Lord. The one astrologer have said that a boy and a girl wanted to marry, and the astrologers, all of them said, no, it cannot happen because these things. And they were like really feeling bad what to do. So the one senior Grihastha devotees, they saw and they said, don't listen to all that. Make us promise that you do two things together. One is chanting a 16 rounds daily. Both girl and boy should sit together and chant after marriage. And second, daily 1 hour Bhagavatam you should read. So they promised, they got married, and 25 years now, they are still together. They are so happy in Krishna consciousness serving, and both of them still chant together and read Bhagavatam together. And nobody could, they all were amazed, the astrologers, how these two horoscope matched, or how they are, because they have Krishna in the center. So if you have that faith and you want to follow it, nobody is stopping you. But this is what I've seen devotees doing. So because if you have complete faith in Krishna, and avashya rakshabe Krishna will protect, and Krishna can change your destiny, whatever it's supposed to be, because you're always having Narasimha prayers with you. You have Narasimha to protect you. You have Krishna coming in the Harinam and the scriptures. So what more a devotee needs? And we know the philosophy. So, but there are some things which the devotee actually follows. Some devotees, they see nothing wrong in that, because we can know what time is best for us to do something, or when should we actually start a married life, or whatever, even though you're marrying a devotee. But still they see some things. It might be family pressure, but it depends on your individual choice, Mataji. But finally, what I said is, everything is controlled by the Supreme Lord. No? Nobody is above him. And nowadays it's all business. Most of the astrologers, I'm not saying everyone, but there's some are like professionally cheating people. No, they take advantage of things, and money is used, and they have a tie-up with some temples, some pujaris, and they give some prayashita or something to be done to in this particular temple. You should go, and some kind of a monetary benefits happening. So you really don't know how to trust anyone. And they are not God. Only God can know what is our past, present, and future. Now, they don't know the real future. They might, based on the astrological calculation, they might say, oh, this might happen, this might happen. That's that's a general thing which they say. But individually, only Krishna knows what's going to happen and everything. No? So have faith in Krishna, have trust. Then Krishna takes care. We have a sincere desire, definitely Krishna fulfills it. Okay, I think we can stop. Okay. All of you fill the attendance link. After 13th chapter, I'll give you the OBA 1 of module 3. Okay. Open book assessment 1 of module 3. Okay. I think we can stop. Vanchakalpadarupasya kripasindhute evacha patitana pavanebhyo vaishnaveebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna everyone.